I was going back to the same scriptures, and suddenly I was able to see that there are tools here that I can use. Others will use art, others will use sport, others will use religion. Mine is what I've been trained in: theology, religion. So the rest is what? History. So the march at Welcome to Hell, South African politics, what South African townships, comes out of our and my attempt to dignify the struggle of people who have been demonized. Because our people are called criminals and unruly elements and all kinds of names when they take to the streets, when they are tired and they are frustrated and they finally take to the streets, and then they are called all kinds of names. So
also meant to be intimidated.
well, I guess so. So we decided, and I was sitting. I'm just sharing stories as a way of communicating what I consider, principles as Malekle. As I talk about these stories, 1994. I'm sitting in the boardroom. Martin and East. It's a big construction company, Martin and East. I'm there for a meeting, Restitution Foundation. You would know, some of you, Restitution Foundation. So I'm sitting in this meeting, and suddenly I have can I call this an out-of-body experience? I have this out-of-body experience. I'm sitting there. It's like, but who's born? And who's born says something else. But yet your body is here, but you can see yourself somewhere else. I'm sitting in this meeting, but I can see myself N1, N2, off ramp in college. I can see myself, and I'm not dreaming. I mean, it's daytime, and I am sitting there. I'm standing. In fact, like off ramp, the pete ibena, le banner ibalwe, welcome to hell, South African townships. I could not sleep. Literally, I was restless. I knew, to add my voice, to call South African townships what they really are. And a lot of people were offended. Townships are nothing but glorified refugee camps. I've lived for 24 years in my life in South African townships, but I've also lived for 20 years of my life in the suburbs of Cape Town. The difference is like night and day. Whether it be HIV and AIDS or unemployment or education related, whatever it is, the environment as a township, it is amplified 100-fold. There are people in Weinberg and Clermont who are HIV positive. They don't suffer as much. There are unemployed people in Sea Point. They don't suffer as much. But once you suffer these social ills and you environment, no child deserves to grow up in the township. The historic design of townships. Those of you who call yourselves you have no idea what you are talking about. These places had an evil intent and design. These were places to house cheap labor. People who are going to work and sweat to build cities. They were brought from the Eastern Cape, and they were removed from hubs of economy deliberately. To this very day, Abazalben spend 80% of their salary trying to go back to work. They go into Kwezi trains like sardines, 5 o'clock in the morning. No mom of 50 years. I mean, where is dignity in that?
I used to ask my mom because I used to all after
It was all, and you see, until you change the structure of human settlement, you can build all the RDP houses you like. Until you change the very structure, you will not be able. I mean, to this very day, you know that you do this. You go to town. I can ask you to go to town today. Go to town, you pay an account for whatever. Take a power Kentucky, whatever you charge price, and then tell that people for them go to any taxi, you know, what do you get? The first thing you do is obviously SIT. What do you do? Well,
Yes.
it is psychological. The environment has its own values. Yes, you can't underestimate. A broken window. Go to a classroom for 5 years, and all you see is a broken window. Every 2 seconds, you see that broken window. You know what the thing that does to you? It sends a message to you that says you are not worthy. And therefore, you are as broken as that window. You don't have to take yourself seriously. Don't underestimate the message that comes out of your environment. Every littered street, every dirty water that's running down the street is sending a stronger message to your subconsciousness.
As drains plugleg, it's small.
I lived in Strandfontein for 4 years, and it's not quite as heavy as Khayelitsha. But I used to commute every day. There was only one person I know who go by Mitchell's Plain taxi rank, go to college every day, back and forth, come home and see the same rubbish in front of my house every day.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The message that comes out of your environment. Now you are 14 and 16 and 21, whatever you are now. You've been getting that message from a broken window every school, from a broken and overcrowded classroom. You get the same message at home, overcrowded home. You get the same message, overcrowded clinic. You get the same message wherever you go. Why do you think black people do not treat each other with dignity? They have learned over years to hate themselves because they finally accepted that message. We are not worth. And that message is now inside of us. So I hate myself enough that anything that looks like me, I express that hatred. If I'm a civil servant, who's the kumpaya ufune idea, who's the question, I will cut you to size. I'm cutting myself to size. I hate myself, and so anything that looks like me. But when this woman walks in, suddenly I change my tone of voice and I put a smile and I treat her with honor. She's different to me. She's not me. But my brother must come immediately after her. There's an anger and a self-hatred that comes out. Where does that come from? It comes from living in conditions that are subhuman for many, many years. I mean, why do we do what we do to each other? Why do we rape and kill and do the things we do? We have lost respect for ourselves. The environment is dangerous. I used to think white people are nice people. I used to run up, what's this place? Rose Memorial. And when you Rose Memorial, I say UCT. I would run up that thing 6 o'clock in the morning, man. And I see white people there. You know how they would smile at me and greet me, and I'm thinking to myself, white people are nice people. And they would look at me like, and I would think to myself, no man banga be wrong, abantu bamnyama banga be wrong. Kutheni besithi wonke umuntu omhlophe. You know what I learned? You know the lesson I learned? This is the lesson that I learned. It's easy to be nice when you have everything. Poverty has its values, but wealth also has its own values. Its values of selfishness. Let me be nice to everybody so they don't touch what I have. I must keep the world at peace as long as I can, so I can eat all I have for myself. Yeah? Are you getting this? You getting what I'm saying to you? So this is my short or long way of answering the question. The question is, are we free? I can, sometimes I don't think, okay, listen, maybe I should talk about other young people, but I don't think black people understand fully the trouble they are in.
They don't. They don't. So, like before, once we're speaking about this in the black culture and in our black surroundings, if someone is speaking, you be quiet and listen to that someone and don't comment until after the particular person is done.
Did I do something wrong?
No, so I'm in relation.
You don't agree.
No, we don't comment because we allocated time for him to speak. After that, we will speak and engage.
Oh,
I wasn't sure, maybe he was the chair. He'd come, he was a special guest.
And so, as I said, we invite you to our table, we live under our roofs.
all right, thank you, Mr. Chair. Now, listen to me. Cyril Ramaphosa is free, and his children and his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren will forever be free. You here in Kailicha have not seen it. You are going to experience white supremacy, the ruthlessness of white supremacy with your degrees at work. You are going to experience exclusion with your degrees. And when you raise these issues, they're going to tell you are too sensitive.
They'll tell you are racist.
You are in trouble. This is no joke. You are in. Steve Biko said it. Black man, you are on your own. You are in trouble. You're in big trouble. You are in big trouble. That's what you are. Party politics have failed. They simply are not able to deliver you into the promised land. Because there is a system there that, is a gentleman's agreement. Party politics is what we call a gentleman's agreement. We drink coffee together. We agree to disagree. But then you must go back to your shanty house.
I am a storyteller. I am a storyteller. I am a storyteller transcendent in the most turbulent of times. Equate rhymes with vivid imagery projected through spoken word into one's eyes. I am what our forefathers were to their proudly black bloodlines, all gathered in sacred assemblies around campfires of wisdom bestowed in each descendant's mind. I am a vocal revolutionary. I am a vocal revolutionary. See, my calling is to bridge boundaries between my people and their perishing history. found vacant spaces in conversations about colonization, heritage, democracy. My calling is to inculcate the youth from grassroots to emancipation from mental slavery. Too radical for the privilege that I have. I am labeled the Stephen Bantu Biko of the 21st century. This is a state of emergency address. This is a pledge compiled for those with the privilege to pacify our people with sound consciousness and wisdom. This is for those who hold potent pens in between their palms, power embedded in their speeches. This is for modern teachers documenting society's plights, perils, and principles. This is for you. Let us conscientize our people. Let us instill in their minds a philosophy of freedom unequal to the rewritten scriptures of force-fed religion. Let us heed our children into believing that the color black is only a pigment of skin and not a restriction that deprives one from attaining their seemingly intangible dream. Let us make dreamers from the marginalized and weaker. May our metaphors form formidable forces to translate the chorus to the illiterate and unconscious. May our syllables succeed in synchronizing our sincerity into ensemble hymns of melodies resonating in their minds long after we have passed the mic. May our presence on stage be reflected upon a new age as an aid that conveys one's search for true north on the compass. May our narratives be understood by the voiceless who now bow before us. Those we bear our souls on poetry platforms and speak on behalf of. Those who epitomize our content material and mold us to socially aware and ethical individuals. What are we giving back to them? Because in beer halls men are baptized in barrels of beverage, while we, their sons, publicly amplify their blemish in the name of art, not acknowledging the true arts of our paintings. So like typical tourists who rob Africa of her precious purity, their cameras capturing sensitive moments. The Ethiopian daughter exploded with the Malarian body sea. We lost their sense of appreciation when we started searching for personal glory. We lost their sense of appreciation when we started searching for personal glory.